Welcome in. Hope all of you are having a fantastic Friday wherever you may be across this country. We are having a spectacular day as we react to the release of the NFL schedule. We are live here in the Geico OutKick studios. Although we're apart these days, we're sharing more, and Geico's sharing more too with the Geico Give Back, a 15% credit on car and motorcycle policies for both current and new customers that last your full policy term. Visit geico.com/giveback for info and eligibility. It's the most interesting thing to me every year about the NFL release is how excited everybody is to see the games that they already know are on the schedule, to see what order they're going to be played in. The NFL now, for March with the free agency, with April for the draft, and now with May for the schedule release, in the middle of a coronavirus quarantine and health obsession, has managed to have the most interesting part of the calendar over and over and over again in terms of their sticking to normalcy. And the thing that stood out the most to me personally as I looked at the schedule is I got something wrong. If you followed me on Twitter, I think I talked about it on the radio show too. I thought the NFL would be more apprehensive about scheduling big games in New York City. I know they play in New Jersey, but in the New York City area with the Jets and the Giants, and also in LA with the Chargers and with the Rams. And yet the NFL put their Sunday night signature game in LA in the brand new SoFi Stadium with the Dallas Cowboys coming to town to take on the LA Rams. They didn't tiptoe up to it at all. They put their signature game, boom, right then and there for everybody to be able to check out, in theory. Now, this kind of puts the NFL straight at loggerheads with California, which has been very aggressive in saying that there will not be any crowds for any foreseeable future until there are vaccines. So, is the NFL basically acknowledging that these games will be played without fans present? If so, why does SoFi Stadium matter at all? Because you really wouldn't get a sense for how majestic this stadium is if there aren't actually fans present there on the opening Sunday night of the NFL season. I still think it's a possibility that the Rams and the 49ers and the Chargers don't play the 2020 season in California. I still think it's possible they relocate somewhere, in which case SoFi Stadium wouldn't even be used. I don't know what the outcome is going to be. I believe we're going to have the NFL schedule played out. I believe we're going to have the college football schedule played out. But I think fans, particularly in New York and California, New York because they had by far the worst outbreak of this virus, and California because politically they have been the most aggressive probably of any state that has had limited impact from the coronavirus in terms of restricting citizen movement. So that is going to be, I believe, a real battle royale as we move forward. Now, to be fair, we're talking about June, July, August, and September, 4 months, 120 days between now and when these games would theoretically be played to start the opening season. So it's possible that the nation is going to look substantially different as we come through the end of summer than we look right now as we prepare to come up on the end of spring. But I am still intrigued to see how exactly this is going to shake out, and I believe it's one of the most interesting storylines in general. The other thing that would stand out to me about the schedule is who are the teams that the NFL has felt compelled to give the most attention to. These are the teams with the most primetime games. And I'm going to run through each of these teams and see whether or not you're surprised by these. There are 8 teams that will play, according to NFL research, in 5 primetime games in 2020. And I'm going to run through these teams for you. A lot of them not surprising. A couple of them, if I had told you about before the free agency period, you would have told me I was crazy. All right, the Ravens are going to play 5. Not a surprise. The Ravens are a huge draw with the success of Lamar Jackson. The Dallas Cowboys are going to play 5. The Dallas Cowboys always play a ton of primetime games. That's not really a surprise. The Packers, another huge brand that is out there that are going to get a lot of primetime focus. The Chiefs, not a surprise again with Patrick Mahomes. They're defending Super Bowl champs. The 49ers were in the Super Bowl. That, to me, is an interesting matchup for a lot of these 49er games. But then I would say, based on what's happened in free agency, these are the 3 teams that I wouldn't have foreseen as being as much of a focal point of the NFL schedule as they are. The Rams. Guys, I just don't think the Rams are going to be very good. They've had a lot of turnover on their roster. I feel like the bloom is off the Sean McVay rose. I don't know why people would anticipate much very good performance from the Rams. They lose Todd Gurley. They're way over their head in salary cap struggles. Jared Goff was mediocre at best last year. The Rams are opening, I know, a new stadium in L.A., and maybe that's the reason they're getting so much attention. But to me, this is a situation that doesn't make a lot of sense. The Bucs. The Bucs are, to me, the most interesting team in the entirety of the NFL. I don't mean the best. I don't mean the most fun to watch. I mean, when you think about Tom Brady, Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, O.J. Howard, Rob Gronkowski, and Cameron Brate, plus the new right tackle they're bringing in, Wirfs, and also a guy that I think is going to be pretty good for them, Keyshawn Vaughn, the running back, 3rd-round pick out of Vanderbilt. I think he's going to be good out of the backfield, typical Patriot-style weapon that the Bucs went and got for Tom Brady. I think they're the most interesting team in the entirety of the NFL. I really do, the Bucs. I don't know what's going to happen. I think that opener with the Bucs going up against Drew Brees, you got 2 40-plus-year-old quarterback, first ballot Hall of Famers. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. That, to me, is one heck of a game. And then you've got, and this is 100% a testament to Bill Belichick, even without Tom Brady, even with Rob Gronkowski coming out of retirement for another team, even potentially starting Jarrett Stidham for the entirety of the season, the New England Patriots are featured in 5 primetime games. And this, to me, is the most single intriguing storyline that's like the NFL's own Cold War. Who is going to have a better season? The New England Patriots without Tom Brady, but retaining Bill Belichick, or the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with Tom Brady? And these guys are going to be asked about each other a ton, and they're easily going to say, oh, I don't care about this situation at all. I'm not paying any attention at all to what's going to go on in New England. And yet, when you actually look at it, when you actually break it down, this is going to be the first ballot cast on who is more integral to the dynasty, Tom Brady or Bill Belichick. And you want to know an NFL debate that is going to echo through the ages for the next 15 or 20 years as Bill Belichick tries to become the winningest coach in NFL history, passing Don Shula, rest in peace, the age of 90, or is it going to be Tom Brady who proves that his 9 Super Bowl trips, 6 wins, is not in actuality a product of Bill Belichick and that defense, but actually his own excellence? Now, they are going to try and argue. They are going to try to convince you with every ounce of their ability, oh, we don't care. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say, oh, I'm not even paying attention, Tom Brady's going to say in New England. The Patriots, I don't even know what their record is. Bill Belichick's going to say, oh, the Bucs aren't on the schedule. I don't know. We'll see if we see them in the Super Bowl. Otherwise, I'm not concerned about them. This is going to be the NFL's own Cold War. And both of these teams, especially if the Patriots stick with Jarrett Stidham, because effectively what Bill Belichick is saying then is, I'm the reason the Patriots are great, and we are so good. You saw what happened when Brady got injured and missed the whole season. We went 11-5 with Matt Castle. You saw what happened when Tom Brady was suspended and went off to Italy for 4 weeks. We went 3-1, and I had to go all the way down to my third-string quarterback after Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt. I won with Jacoby Brissett, and Jimmy Garoppolo and Matt Castle. I can win with Jarrett Stidham. I am the greatest coach in the history of football. I think Belichick likes this challenge. I think he likes the idea of winning with somebody that nobody else believes he can win with. I think he likes the idea that he is the genius who can see quarterbacking talent. And to be fair, there's some evidence of that. He didn't have to give up much for Jacoby Brissett. Ends up a starter in the NFL. Not going to pan out, it doesn't look like, for the Colts, but they gave him a lot of money. And certainly Jacoby Brissett has had a better NFL career than anybody would have forecast when he was drafted. Jimmy Garoppolo almost won a Super Bowl. Pretty good pick considering where he came from and what the expectations were. And now we're sitting there with Jarrett Stidham. Maybe, just maybe, Bill Belichick is as much of a genius as he wants us to believe based on the way he's doing. So that is a story that also stands out to me. Other stories that are interesting. The NFL has got an incredible Monday Night Football schedule, but there is a game that everybody is going to want to see, and I think arguably it is the absolute best game of the regular season, the Chiefs on the road against the Ravens, Monday Night Football, September 28th. That is a can't-miss football game. I am telling you right now, put it on your calendar, circle it, make sure that you're not doing anything on Monday night for that game. It is going to be tough not to sit down and watch and enjoy it immensely. There are several other games on here for Monday Night Football that I also think are absolutely epic contests that it is going to be hard not to enjoy. In particular, the influence and the majesty and the excitement of Las Vegas if they have opened back up the casinos. Danny G and Roberto's Oakland now, used to be Oakland, now Las Vegas Raiders play 4 games at night. All 4 of them are at home. All 4 of them are pretty awesome games. Week 2, Saints go to Vegas. Week 7, Tampa Bay Bucks and Tom Brady go to Vegas. Week 11, Patrick Mahomes rolls into town. And then week 15, the LA Chargers are coming to town. All of them are going to be a lot of fun to follow in Oakland, now in Vegas, as we get adjusted to people like me do to having to call the Raiders by a new name. It's going to be a disaster on this show. I still call the Chargers the San Diego Chargers a lot. I'm going to be calling the Raiders the Oakland Raiders for a long time to come. Thursday Night Football. Some intriguing matchups on Thursday Night Football as well. Green Bay, San Francisco, probably the best Thursday Night Football game, at least in terms of that's an NFC title game rematch. But how about the Cowboys going to the Ravens? That's a heck of a Thursday night game. Both of those will be an awful lot of fun to see how they're going to do, and all of that is going to be pretty exciting. Sunday Night Football. I mean, this Sunday Night Football game schedule, when you look at it, we already talked about the Sunday night game that's going to open the season with the Rams hosting the Cowboys. But, I mean, I have no idea what's going to happen with the Patriots, but I'm going to watch them go on the road against the Seahawks. Aaron Rodgers against Drew Brees. I mean, you got to watch that game every single time it happens. The Eagles, assuming that Carson Wentz is still healthy, going on the road against the Niners. I mean, you look at these Sunday Night Football games, and all of them, I mean, every single one of the Sunday Night Football games looks like an absolute home run right now. Week 9, we've got the Saints going on the road against the Bucks. We open Week 1, like I said, with the Bucks on the road against the Saints. The Ravens going on the road against the Patriots. Is Bill Belichick going to get any revenge ever after what the Ravens did to him last year? This is just an absolute lineup of killer games. And it closes out with one at night in Green Bay on December 27th, a couple of days after Christmas. The Titans going on the road against the Packers. I'm a Titans fan, but I mean, a night game in Green Bay in late December, are you kidding me? It's going to be absolutely freezing there. Who knows if it'll matter in a big way, but that is going to be so much must-see matchups here. I am absolutely ecstatic about trying to break all this down, about discussing it throughout the entirety of this show. We have got a lot to dive into. I appreciate all of you hanging out with us and spending your morning getting ready for the weekend, at least being able to daydream about 4 months from now and the idea of having a spectacular NFL schedule. Let me go ahead and dive in here and give you a read. And when we come back, we are going to be joined by my guy, Lance Taylor, 94.5 Jocks down in Birmingham, to talk about the lineup of all these NFL games and more. In the meantime, everyone needs a great pair of wireless earbuds, and you already know Raycon earbuds start at about half the price of any other premium wireless earbuds on the market, and they sound just as amazing as other top audio brands you know. Their newest model, the Everyday E25 earbuds, are their best ones yet. 6 hours of playtime, seamless Bluetooth pairing, more bass, and a more compact design that gives you a nice noise-isolating fit. Raycon's wireless earbuds, so comfortable, they're perfect for conference calls, video chats, or binging podcasts. Everybody loves these, including my wife, who uses them to work out every single morning. They also are stylish and discreet, no dangling wires or stems. You've heard me talk about how the company was co-founded by Ray J, and celebrities like Snoop Dogg and Cardi B are obsessed with their Raycons. Now's the time to see what all the hype is about. Get 15% off your order at buyraycon.com/outkick. That's buyraycon.com/outkick for 15% off Raycon wireless earbuds. Buyraycon.com/outkick. When we come back, Lance Taylor with more with me on the start of the NFL schedule breakdown now that the order is all official. We'll be talking about it. This is OutKick the Coverage on Fox Sports Radio.